Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk about Charles Jourdain versus Ricardo Ramos. Jourdain is 27 years old, 14-6 as a pro, and he's given up 3 inches of reach to 28-year-old Ramos, who is 16-4. Ramos has 11 finishes in his 16 wins, 4 by TKO, 7 by submission, and 2 of those TKOs come by spinning back elbow in the UFC, which is his signature move, as it is for Molly McCann, who's also got the same. But Ricardo Ramos, he's a dangerous guy, and definitely a good grappler as well, against 7 submissions and 5 decisions, which I think is important here, because I think that's his primary path to victory against Charles Jourdain. And he's been able to fight to a decision 5 times, and a good amount in the UFC. Journey Newsom, Tanaka, Kwang O Kang, Bill Algeo, and he lost his only decision loss in the UFC as well to Zubaira Tukhugov, who is no longer in the UFC, even though he belongs on talent, but not discipline, I guess. He has 4 losses, Ramos, the one to Tukhugov, and then he was submitted once before he got to the UFC to this guy Manny Vasquez, and TKO'd twice inside the UFC. Lerone Murphy, who's a monster, and Said Nurmagomedov got him with spinning back kick. So the spinning shit came back to haunt him there. Even though I think that was between spinning elbow knockouts for him. But here he's fighting a guy in Charles Jourdain where, Charles Jourdain's very tough to put away. He's only been put away once, and it was a submission in round 3 to Julian Erosa, who is a very, very good fighter if you don't knock him out. And every other time Charles Jourdain's been beaten, it was by decision. He's a guy that's really damn tough. 14-6 record. He's got 12 finishes in his 14 wins, 8 by TKO, 4 by submission, and just 2 decisions. His 6 losses come 1 by submission and 5 by decision. The Erosa submission I covered, and then the 5 decisions are to Nathaniel Wood, Shane Burgos, Andre Fili, Desmond Green, and Culibao was a draw. And TJ Laramie, former UFC fighter at this point. But, yeah, he did have a draw with Joshua Culibao. That was another fight where he showed one of his primary traits, which is that he has a good gas tank. Usually in round 3, Jourdain's the last man standing. But Joshua Culibao, Desmond Green, Shane Burgos certainly. And, of course, he got a 3rd-round finish over Marcelo Rojo. That was a comeback, a much-needed finish. And also in his win over Andre Ewell. He dominated him pretty much, but looked really good down the stretch. So Charles Jourdain has above-average cardio, to say the least. Yeah, he lost round 3 to Nathaniel Wood, where he was, neutralized pretty much by a guy that just, such a sound technical striker, Nathaniel Wood, and Jourdain couldn't get through to him. But Charles Jourdain is a guy that I think will be much more in the striking fight, to say the least, with Ricardo Ramos. I think Charles Jourdain wins the striking battle largely. I think he's cleaner, more consistent, and will put up more numbers, more volume. But Ricardo Ramos is dangerous, more athletic, I'd say more powerful too, and also more inclined to grapple. I think on the feet he loses a points battle, although he could change that with big moments. But on the ground, he wins the points battle, with or without big moments. I think on the ground, I don't know if I said on the feet or on the ground. On the ground, Ramos wins the points battle. I think he wins with physicality. I think he does a good job controlling Charles Jourdain and stuffing his guard, if not controlling him and taking his back. I like Ricardo Ramos to win this fight. I think Charles Jourdain has a better gas tank, and I think he's got better striking. But Ricardo Ramos is pretty tough, and he's also a versatile guy. It's not like he's out of the realm of winning a stand-up battle, but I think he's that much better on the ground, and I think he's more physically strong. And I think he's going to be able to take the fight to the ground enough where he racks up points and gets a decision victory. So Ricardo Ramos is the pick. I played him at plus 115, and I played his decision at plus 325, because, again, I think that is his primary path to victory. For Charles Jourdain, I think he could win anyway against Ricardo Ramos, but any Charles Jourdain fight, there's always a chance he gets a finish down the stretch, because that's where he does his best work. Typically, he's the better man down the stretch. But yeah, I'm going with Ramos. I think physicality, wrestling, and overall grappling is going to win the day. So Ramos is the pick. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos.